A huge majority of Americans, a big majority of Democrats, are very concerned about President Biden's age. Is this why you're running? Because your voting record is nearly 100% in support of Biden's policies. Are you just a younger version of Biden?
No, I'm Dean Phillips, and yes, I'm a lot younger than President Biden. I was 3 years old when he became a senator. He's been serving our country for 50 years, and I admire that. But I am also hearing it's time for a change. Yes, I voted for his policies as a member of the House Democratic leadership team. I helped distribute those policies and market those policies.
So what would you do differently?
There are massive... let me start with affordability. It is a massive crisis in America right now, the cost of living. People's mortgages are skyrocketing. Fuel is too expensive. Food is too expensive. Healthcare, if it's even obtainable, is double the price of anywhere in the world. Medicine, 3 times more than anywhere else in the world. We are falling behind. American middle class, hardworking people are not being heard. They are angry, they're frustrated, and that is job one. We have a border crisis. We have crime in cities and chaos. We have a federal government that is run so ineffectively and so inefficiently, does not focus on customer service, doesn't use zero-based budgeting. We don't have term limits, so therefore we have the same people making the same decisions and often the same mistakes time and time again. I'm making a proposition for change.
I want to ask you, Congressman, about obviously what's been front page news for the past several weeks, which is the crisis in the Middle East. You are Jewish. And we know that after Hamas terrorists brutally attacked Israel on October 7th, that Biden has had his plate full and that the world is really sort of holding its breath, hoping this does not expand into a greater global war here. Do you agree thus far with President Biden's handling of this crisis? And if not, what would you do differently?
I do believe that President Biden has handled both the Ukraine war and also the Israeli circumstance quite well. And frankly, there are some modest differences in perspective, perhaps, but I'm not going to talk about those during a crisis like this. I think we should be supporting our president.
Finally, you mentioned the crisis at the southern border. It is, by all accounts, a mess. It's been a mess for many presidents. Congress has refused for decades, the body in which you serve has refused for decades to pass any sort of comprehensive immigration reform. What would you do as president to secure our southern border and stop the flow of illegal migrants into the U.S.?
Two things can be true at once. There is truth that we must secure the border. Sometimes that's barriers, sometimes that is technology, sometimes human resources. We have to change fundamentally our immigration policy in the United States, ensure that we still are that beacon on the hill that President Reagan and others refer to. But we've got to, Elizabeth, go upstream. If we're going to solve the problem, we can't do it at the border. We have to do it well before the border. But we also have to be a humane, inviting, thoughtful, welcoming country, because if we lose that standing, we are no longer the United States. That's why I think this is existential. I said earlier, I think Joe Biden, as much as I respect him, is going to lose to Donald Trump. I only got into Congress and ran for office because I was so appalled at what I saw in my daughter's eyes the morning after. I don't disrespect anybody who supports Donald Trump. I want to invite you because I understand why you're frustrated. I understand why you're disgusted with politics right now. I'm making a proposition to just do it better. Give me a chance over 4 years to show our country what decent, strong, principled, resolute leadership looks like by inviting people of different perspectives, not treating them like they're traitors or like they're unwelcome. We cannot win by one party winning. We have got to win by working together. I know how to do it, and boy, I cannot wait to get going.
All right, Congressman Dean Phillips, congratulations on day one of your first presidential campaign. We'll see you on the campaign trail.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.